Your liver is one of the most overworked organs in your body. It filters out toxins, neutralizes chemicals, processes alcohol, and turns nutrients into energy. But when it becomes overloaded, especially after repeated alcohol exposure, it can't perform those life-sustaining duties efficiently. That's when fatigue, bloating, brain fog, and low immunity begin to show up. The good news is, the liver has an extraordinary capacity to repair itself, if you give it the right environment to do so. Imagine this as a 3-day reset, a chance to help your body breathe again from the inside out. This isn't one of those harsh detox fads that leave you dizzy and weak. Instead, this approach focuses on letting the body's natural processes of renewal, what scientists call autophagy, switch back on. It's not about magic teas or extreme diets. It's about triggering the body's own built-in cleaning crew to wake up and get to work. Inside every cell, there's a microscopic system designed for this exact job. Picture it as your body's recycling department. Each cell has a tiny structure called the lysosome, whose job is to break down dead material, neutralize pathogens, and recycle what can still be used. When this system is active, damaged proteins, old cells, and even leftover toxins are dismantled and rebuilt into fresh, functioning tissue. This process, autophagy, literally means self-eating, but in the best possible way. It's your body consuming what's no longer serving you to create something better. The question then becomes, how do we turn this switch back on, especially when alcohol and processed foods have dulled its sensitivity? There are several ways to trigger this cellular renewal, but not all are equally effective. Some are mild, others are transformative. The weakest triggers come from plant compounds known as phytonutrients, natural chemicals found in certain vegetables and herbs. They gently activate autophagy but won't lead to deep cleansing on their own. A more powerful method is the ketogenic approach, where you reduce carbohydrates and encourage your body to rely on fat as fuel. This shift naturally enhances the recycling mechanism inside your cells. Exercise takes it further. Every time you move, you tell your body to clear out waste and rebuild stronger tissue. Sleep plays an underrated role too. During deep sleep, your liver and brain enter their cleanup cycle, removing accumulated toxins and repairing cellular damage that happened during the day. Then comes caloric restriction, eating less, not starving, but giving your digestive system a break so that your energy shifts from constant digestion to internal maintenance. But there's one step that surpasses all of these in potency: fasting. When you stop consuming food, your body stops processing external energy sources and begins using its stored ones. In this state, the cleanup intensifies. But there's something even more effective than regular fasting, a method known as dry fasting. Dry fasting is a short period where you consume neither food nor water. While that might sound intimidating, this practice, when done safely and briefly, has been shown to amplify cellular renewal up to 3-fold compared to regular water fasting. During this period, your body breaks down its own fat stores for energy, and in doing so, those fat cells release water internally. That means even though you're not drinking, your body stays hydrated through metabolic water created inside your own tissues. A single day of dry fasting can equal roughly 3 days of water fasting in cleansing power. This isn't about testing your limits or pushing your body dangerously far. It's about giving your organs, especially your liver and kidneys, a rare break. When we constantly flush ourselves with excess water, we sometimes forget that it forces our kidneys to work harder than necessary. By pausing that overload, we give them space to rest and regenerate. One of the first effects people notice during a short dry fast is mental clarity. The fog lifts, focus sharpens, inflammation starts to cool down. It's as if someone turned off background noise in your system, allowing your mind and body to operate in sync again. For this 3-day liver renewal plan, you'll follow a simple pattern: short, daily dry fasting, gentle nourishment, and strategic food choices that activate your liver's detox pathways naturally. You'll start your fast at sunrise and end it at sunset. Between sunset and sleep, you'll consume one balanced, cleansing meal. That meal is built on two categories: cruciferous vegetables and clean protein. Cruciferous vegetables, like broccoli, cabbage, kale, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and arugula, contain compounds that support liver enzymes responsible for neutralizing toxins. Broccoli sprouts are a secret weapon. They have up to 50 times more detox potential than mature broccoli because of their high concentration of sulforaphane, a powerful liver-activating compound. You can blend them into smoothies, toss them in salads, or lightly steam them to preserve their potency. Cabbage is another gem. It helps dissolve thick bile and encourages smoother digestion. Raw, fermented cabbage, such as sauerkraut, adds beneficial bacteria to your gut, which supports your liver's second phase of detoxification. Kale, bok choy, and beet greens are equally valuable allies in this process, each carrying unique phytonutrients that awaken your body's repair systems. Then comes the protein, preferably clean animal sources like grass-fed meat, fish, or eggs. Protein provides amino acids like glutamine, which boosts production of glutathione, the liver's most powerful antioxidant. Glutathione is your body's built-in defense against oxidative stress. It neutralizes free radicals before they damage cells and helps repair tissue after detoxification. Protein also delivers B vitamins and iron, both vital for healthy blood and energy metabolism. Combining dry fasting with this single nutrient-dense meal is like pressing your body's internal reset button. By giving your digestive system long periods of rest and then feeding it exactly what it needs for recovery, you activate the two main phases of detoxification naturally, without harsh chemicals or expensive supplements. When alcohol harms the liver, it overwhelms these detox phases. The enzymes that should be neutralizing poisons get clogged, and fat starts accumulating inside the liver cells. This 3-day protocol gives your liver space to unload that burden. The fasting periods help burn off fat stores, while the evening meals replenish antioxidants and amino acids required for rebuilding. By the second day, your energy begins to shift. The fatigue that often follows alcohol exposure starts to lift as your cells reorient toward healing. Inflammation subsides, and your skin may even appear brighter. By the third day, most people feel a noticeable lightness in their body, a kind of internal clarity that signals their liver is no longer struggling to keep up. This isn't about punishing your body for what it's endured. It's about cooperating with it. The liver doesn't need complicated products or dozens of pills to heal. It simply needs the space and conditions to do what it's designed to do. When the body finally begins clearing away stored toxins, it can feel almost miraculous. Yet for some people, cleansing triggers temporary fatigue, nausea, or headaches. This isn't a sign of failure. It's your system catching up after years of overload. When alcohol and chemical additives saturate the liver, tiny channels that move bile, the fluid responsible for carrying waste out, often become thick and sluggish. Imagine a network of miniature rivers whose flow has turned into mud. Before launching any detox, it's wise to loosen that sludge so poisons can exit smoothly instead of backing up. The simplest way to do that is by supporting bile flow. Bile is like the liver's conveyor belt. It gathers toxins, escorts them to the intestines, and keeps digestion efficient. If it stagnates, waste recirculates, leaving you feeling heavy or nauseous. One of the best natural bile thinners nature offers is beetroot. Its pigments, called betalains, enhance liver enzyme activity and restore the smooth passage of bile. A glass of blended beet with a slice of lemon or a handful of leafy greens each evening can keep those channels wide open. Another gentle tool is apple cider vinegar. Mixed with water before your meal, it wakes up stomach acid and signals the liver to release bile more freely. That's especially helpful after alcohol use, because alcohol temporarily suppresses digestive acids and slows enzyme production. Just a tablespoon diluted in warm water can turn on the body's digestive furnace again. Some people prefer an even stronger approach, supplementing with natural bile salts or digestive bitters. These mimic the compounds your liver would normally produce, giving it a little assistance until it regains full strength. When bile starts moving again, Many people notice that bloating subsides, their skin clears, and that toxic heaviness fades. It's as though someone unclogged a drain deep inside. If you've ever heard about individuals feeling ill during detox, feverish, lightheaded, or constipated, that's usually because bile flow was ignored. Waste built up faster than it could leave. By taking care of this one detail, you prevent the so-called detox reaction entirely. Supporting bile means every ounce of released toxin finds a quick exit route, leaving the body lighter instead of overwhelmed. Now that the pathways are clear, the next priority is repairing the liver's working cells, known as hepatocytes. These tiny biochemical factories process nutrients, convert hormones, and neutralize chemicals. Alcohol dulls them, sugar coats them in fat. To reignite their function, you feed them antioxidants and amino acids, the building materials for renewal. Cruciferous vegetables remain the backbone of this repair plan, but let's expand the menu. Add garlic and onions for their sulfur compounds. They boost glutathione production, your body's internal detox champion. Include herbs like turmeric and milk thistle seed. Both help regenerate liver tissue and reduce inflammation. Even a pinch of black pepper enhances turmeric's absorption by several 100%. Nature designed these plants as teammates. Together, they work faster than any synthetic pill. Protein, too, plays a starring role. Each molecule of detox enzyme your liver makes begins with amino acids. Think of protein as the raw clay from which your body sculpts those enzymes. Choose lean cuts of meat, fish rich in omega-3s, or plant proteins if you prefer. Balance matters more than quantity. Overeating protein can stall autophagy, but a moderate, high-quality portion at your single daily meal perfectly complements the fasting window. The 3-day rhythm goes like this: sunrise to sunset, dry fasting. After sunset, 1 plate of nutrient-dense food. You'll hydrate naturally through metabolic water released as fat burns, but if you feel excessively parched, sipping a tiny amount of warm water won't ruin the process. Each morning you'll wake up slightly lighter, clearer, and sharper. Your digestive fire rekindles, your brain fog lifts, and cravings lose their grip. Beyond physical benefits, short fasting periods reset your relationship with hunger. Alcohol often rewires reward circuits, making the brain associate comfort with consumption. When you learn to sit calmly through a few hours of emptiness, those circuits reprogram. The body stops begging for constant stimulation and starts trusting its own internal rhythm again. You become more aware of what genuine hunger feels like versus emotional habit. By day 3, deep metabolic renewal is underway. The liver, once inflamed, begins regenerating new tissue. Fat deposits start shrinking. Enzymes that were once sluggish now hum efficiently. Many describe this stage as a lightness, not just in body, but in mood. It's a biological reset that radiates through every organ system. Still, cleansing is only the beginning. The challenge is preserving that clarity once normal life resumes. Alcohol, processed sugar, and constant snacking can quickly undo progress. The easiest protection is adopting small, sustainable habits that keep the liver unburdened every day. Start your mornings with hydration before caffeine. Warm water with lemon or a dash of apple cider vinegar is enough. This jump-starts bile flow and gently wakes the digestive tract. Keep refined oils, fried foods, and excess fructose to a minimum. They generate fatty buildup inside liver cells. Replace them with whole foods, avocados, olive oil, nuts, and fresh vegetables that nourish without congestion. Movement is another secret weapon. Moderate exercise increases circulation through the liver, helping it filter blood more efficiently. Even a brisk 20-minute walk can double the oxygen supply your liver receives. Pair that with deep breathing or gentle stretching and you enhance lymphatic flow, the body's silent waste removal highway. Equally vital is sleep. During deep rest, the brain and liver coordinate nightly cleanup. Miss those hours and toxins remain in circulation. Aim for consistency rather than perfection. A quiet, dark environment, tells your body it's time to reset. If you want to extend the benefits of the 3-day cleanse, you can repeat it once a month. Think of it as scheduled maintenance, the same way you service an engine to keep it running smoothly. Over time, your tolerance for junk decreases naturally. The idea of heavy drinking starts to lose appeal because you've experienced how light and stable true health feels. You might wonder, can such a simple program truly counter years of alcohol strain? The answer is yes, because the liver is a master of regeneration. Even when part of it is damaged, the remaining cells divide and rebuild the missing tissue. Within weeks of removing alcohol, inflammation drops dramatically. Within months, fat deposits dissolve. Within a year, enzyme levels normalize. These numbers aren't fantasy. They're the body's built-in timeline for recovery. Your job is simply to support, not sabotage, that process. Throughout this transformation, patience is your ally. Detoxing isn't about instant results. It's about consistency. 3 days might kickstart the engine, but what truly heals is the mindset that follows. A quiet decision to keep honoring your body's intelligence. Each choice you make, from what you drink to how you rest, either helps the liver or hinders it. Choose the former often enough, and the results speak louder than any promise. One unexpected side effect of a clean liver is emotional clarity. Many people notice anxiety easing and moods evening out. There's science behind that. The liver helps regulate hormones like estrogen and cortisol. When it's clogged, those hormones fluctuate wildly, leaving you irritable or drained. When it's clean, balance returns naturally. You don't have to chase calmness. Your biochemistry provides it. If temptation strikes, remember this truth. No supplement or cleanse can outwork a daily habit. Protect the progress you've made by treating your body with steady respect. Alcohol taxes every organ it touches, but the liver forgives faster than most realize. Each morning you wake without that burden, you're already in recovery mode. To recap the essence, though not as a checklist, but as a philosophy, you allowed your body 3 gifts: rest, replenishment, and release. Rest through fasting, replenishment through precise nutrition, and release through improved bile flow and hydration rhythm. Those 3 actions harmonize like notes in a song, restoring the body's natural tempo. Within 72 hours, the internal noise quiets, and you can finally feel what health actually sounds like. No complicated pills, no strict calorie charts, just cooperation with biology. When your liver is strong again, every system benefits. Your skin glows, digestion smooths, sleep deepens, and energy becomes stable instead of spiking and crashing. The brain receives cleaner blood, and thinking feels effortless. You start to realize that detox isn't a punishment for past mistakes. It's gratitude in motion. It's the body's way of saying, "Thank you for listening at last." So if alcohol once dimmed your spark, know this: your body hasn't forgotten how to heal. It only needed a pause long enough to remember. 3 disciplined days are enough to light that memory again. And once it's awake, you'll never want to go back to fog and fatigue. Let these 3 days be your turning point. Not just a cleanse, but a quiet declaration that you're done surviving and ready to start thriving.